just come from a construction meeting now, a construction client. Yesterday, loads of emails flying around, loads of things were urgent, everybody was busy, you know, people, miscommunication because emails. Different chiefs obviously on site. You get the QS, you get the site manager, you get the site lead, you get the project manager, all asking for different stuff. So rather than try and go back and forth with email, I come down to the site this morning to support the team. And just have a bit of a meeting, a bit of a conversation with the people on site and say, look, what is the issues? Because we're on target, we've done everything you asked us to, etc. So let's have a conversation, let's see what is the issues, and let's go back. So I got here really early this morning so I can meet with them, so it didn't disrupt the rest of the day for the boys on the site. And the be on end of it is they're ready to hand over. They were behind, which put everybody else behind, ready to hand over, panicking a bit. So we rallied round, we jumped on, we had some feedback on staff that we need to address. But ultimately we're all in the same space and doing the same thing. So yeah, bit of a wake-up call for morning, but it shows that sometimes you just got to get off the emails, get off the phone and get in person and do it in there. So yeah, very early start, but client's happy, satisfactory, everything's good. So now we move on and the relationship builds, and that's what it's all about. Sometimes you just can't hide in an office. So key, gonna pay for my parking now, but that's key. Good morning. Well, it's afternoon now, it's Saturday. Still in the UK at the moment, but another 4 to 5 days, maybe a week before I go to Spain. So just walking this one. I tend to get some me time walking this one. But as I think the last video you would have seen on this episode is me coming out of a construction meeting, which I thought I'd sorted stuff, and I had to a certain extent, that the client was happy. But it's been a bit of a tough week for facilities management this week, I'll be honest, and it's made us really reflect and go back to basics, because as much as my team are doing a pretty decent job, you know, it's taken me back to thinking that maybe we give them a bit too much freedom, and maybe we need to look at not giving them all that freedom. And I tell you why that is I'll have my SAB meetings on a Monday, and I end every meeting by saying, if you need anything, give me a shout. You know, is there anything you need from me now to make sure we can get that done? And it's the way I've always done my career, it's the way I've always done my management, it's the way I've always done my leadership. But this week's shown me that some people won't ask for help even if they need it, and some people put lip service to it and say, yeah, everything's going well, everything's going good, you know, everything's, you know, hunky-dory. And it's not until complaints or people issues or something come out the woodwork further down the chink and the armour that we decide that we realise it. And this week, like yesterday, I really lost my shit with a group of my team, because we have a few complaints through stuff. And look, you'll always get complaints. Like, I don't think any company in the world never gets a complaint, which is fine, and that is how you deal with it and everything else, right? But when the team that you've got in place to try and prevent or fix those complaints then start defending the standards that are clearly not being met, and that are clearly poor, and that are clearly shocking, right, in certain areas, but they're still defending the team members that are doing it rather than coming up with a solution, but still trying to blame the client even though the clients give proof. That's when I start to lose my shit. When you get issues where people are going, I really, you know, there's not enough equipment on site, or they're saying they haven't been told certain things that you know you've done, because you have a meeting every week and you follow up every week and you have meeting notes every week, and they're doing lip service to you, and people are telling you they've done stuff that they clearly haven't done. How long do you take before you start losing your temper? Now, I don't mean screaming and shouting, because that's not the type of leader I am, but I was very firm yesterday, and I'm pulling everybody in for a massive meeting on Monday to try and I said to them, and we'd had discussions this week about restructuring and promotions and everything else, and I said any discussions of that what took place this week on any of that stuff are totally and completely on hold, because we can't even get the basics right. So why are we going to promote and give you extra responsibility and stuff if we haven't even done the basics right? And this is the issue we got. So I've got a full meeting Monday morning to go through all these issues that has come up this week. and get to the bottom of it. And I've said to them, look, I'm not asking you to work all weekend, I'm asking you to come to me and meet with a plan. Now, if you're ahead of stuff and you knew this was coming, your plan would be ready. But I want to plan on how we're going to fix these issues, staffing issues, and what is it in your team that's the issue. And if it's something we need to put in place, we'll put in place. Why are we going on enough equipment? I want to know why. When every Monday when we have a meeting, you're telling me we've got the equipment and we've got everything and everything's good. I want to plan on recruitment, because every Monday when we talk and I say, well, where are we recruitment? Yesterday I found out that we've needed people in a certain area with CSCS cards, and we've been willing to pay for them as well. It's not like we're asking them to pay for themselves. My leadership team have told me that we're actively recruiting, and yesterday one of my leadership team comes to me and go, so should I get recruitment to put an ad out for this particular spot in this particular area? And I said, well, we should have a fucking ad out. Why haven't we got an ad out in that area? Or we recruit for this but not this. But every Monday, every week we speak about recruitment, and every week we speak about who we're recruiting, and every week you tell me it's all in hand, and every week you tell me, you want to take the lead on recruitment, and every week you say that it's all going well, and we got there, but we haven't got an ad out for this position. So we're recruiting for a position we haven't got an ad out for. Like, it's basic stuff. So sometimes when things are flying and going swimmingly, and we are doing really well business wise and revenue wise, we're flying. But structural wise, we've changed it now. In the last 6 months, we've adapted probably 4 or 5 times where we've switched roles, made promotions, removed people out of the business, brought people into the business, and it's always going to be evolving, and it's always going to be adapted, right? That's just the way life is. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, really, isn't it, right? But the people that's there, and I'm all for, if we are not giving them the time, attention, and the drive they need to do their job, that's our fault, right? But I know that's not the issue, because we are. If they then choose not to ask for help, how do you fix that? And then you've got to start looking. And I had this conversation yesterday when I recorded one on a conference call. I don't like doing things on a conference call, and it's not the way we always do stuff, but I had a conversation yesterday, and I said to them, look, I am seriously considering whether any of you are right for your positions. And that's not me saying they're going to get sacked. That's not what I'm saying, because we're not in the firing culture, and that's not the type of leader I am, right? But are you in the right position? Are you doing the right thing for the business? And are you the right person for that role? And we have said a couple of times, we know people are not right for their roles, and we've moved them out. There's some people that can't manage people, and people don't react well to them, so you move them out, or they do better fire. So we move people around all the time that suits them. But when you're in a role and you're playing lip service and you're masking stuff, or when you're recruiting, you are asking certain people to meet you certain places, and it just doesn't feel right, something's got to give, don't you think? And that's where I've been this week. I've had a lot of reflection. Last night was a massive reflection for me, and that's why I like dog walking as well, of actually we need to strip this right back, because we're growing extremely quick in this one business, and we need to strip right back and get the basics and the processes right. And do we trust people so much? And look, I train people all the time about trust the business, but even when you're the best out there, like Grant Cardone, one of the best out there, Alan Sugar, one of the best out there, they still have people issues. They still have issues. Manchester United right now has got an issue with one of their owners, Jim Martin, being a racist. Do I think he's a racist? No. Do I think his comments were taken wrong? Yes. But has he come across a racist? Now they're going to fight? Yeah. And they're a massive company. So you're always revolving. But this week, really, I took a massive step back yesterday. Had a real reflection on where we're going as a business and what the business is doing. And it really showed me, yeah, we need to go back to basics. And some people may not stay with us. And some people may stay with us. And some people move up, and some people might move back down, because some might be over-promoted. But that's business. As a leader, it's how you react to it. We reacted quickly. All our clients are happy. If anything that went wrong this week, all our clients are happy. We reacted very well. My issue with my team is we shouldn't be reacting. We should be proactive. My team should know those issues before they come. Now, they won't know everyone, but they should know at least 80% of them. So that's what we're working on this week. Look, have a great weekend. I've just bought my daughter some Valentine stuff for Valentine's, and it's a little bit different. So my oldest daughter doesn't have a boyfriend, so I just want to make her to feel special. And then my youngest daughter has took some stuff in for a boy yesterday. She's only 5. I didn't get anything back, so she was gutted, but they're 5. So question of the day, Valentine's. Now, I'm not a huge fan of it. I never have been. Never will be. Got married on the day just so we could celebrate it with my ex-wife. I'm still not a huge fan because I think it's just marketed. The only St. Valentine's I'm really a fan of is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. That's because I love history and stuff. So, not a huge fan, but I want to ask this. Is it okay to buy your daughters or your son a Valentine's gift? Right? Is that okay? Or is that setting them up to fail? Now, I don't know what can't... Well, I know what can't mean because I've just bought my kids. So, I just took my boy for a Valentine's Day breakfast. My 13-year-old had a great time. But I just bought my daughters just something small. You know, a little teddy, a little rose and a card. I wrote inside the cards how proud I am. My oldest daughter is 16, nearly 17, and I just said, look, I'm so proud of you. You're my best friend. You know, you're the original OG daughter, because I got two now. Original princess. And I just something to tell you, I love you. You don't need a man in your life to tell you that. You know, you need your worth and that sort of thing. But she didn't have anything given to her. She hasn't got a boyfriend. So I just want to make her feel special. And then my younger daughter's a bit different. So she says she has a boyfriend. She's only 5. She took a present yesterday for this said boy. Now, I'm not a huge fan of girls having boyfriends or at any age with my daughters, but world's a world. So she took a present in, didn't get anything back, was absolutely distraught. Now, I don't expect that boy's mother to buy her anything. They're 5. But has she now been set up to fail or made to think that it's a bad thing? I don't know. What do you think? But then, what have I done? I'm saying that. I've gone out and bought her a present as well and a card. Slightly different message because she's younger. I bought her a card, bought her a little teddy and a rose just to say Daddy loves you. If you've got another man and a woman in your life, you got me sort of thing. But what's your thoughts on it? Is it okay to buy your kids stuff, or should we not do it as a setting them up? Or is it weird? Do you find it weird? I'm jumping my length, you bird. Do you find it weird that sometimes parents buy their kids stuff? I just want my kids to know I love them, do you mean? So let me know what you think. Be interested to know your thoughts. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to get involved. Is Valentine's for kids or for anybody overrated? At least it's not raining in the UK. 3 weeks and I'm back in Spain, so I can't wait. But yeah, at least not raining. But let me know what you think. Is Valentine's overrated? Yeah, in any place in the world.